So hi, you're watching the Data Explorer's Daily Market Update. I'm Will Duff Gordon. Today talking about companies that charge hidden fees. I'm reading the New York Times business section on Sunday, and a couple of people were having a dig at Priceline and Hertz after somebody booked a car through Hertz and found that 37% was added when he went and booked the car and picked it up at Boston Airport. And so we're going to look at whether the short sellers are also targeting these firms. We know that customers are pretty annoyed about kind of hidden fees and charges, but what about the short sellers? And we'll find that there is some short selling in companies that have lots of hidden fees, although it is not enormous. So first of all, let's look at Priceline. So it adds a resort fee occasionally that it can't avoid, and it claims that it tells customers in advance all about this, and there's nothing being hidden. But somebody still did have they were so annoyed they wrote to the New York Times about the extra fee for booking a hotel in Las Vegas. Short selling is more than the index average at 5% compared to 3% for the index. But remember, it was as high as 15% a couple of years ago. Short sellers got out as fast as they could because the shares have more than doubled since late 2009. But there's still some short interest in Priceline. If we go on to talk about Hertz, I've given you the backstory. But as we can see from the chart, well, what are the investors doing? Well, Hertz doesn't often attract much short interest, but there was a rise to 6% short interest over the summer. That's now come down to 4.5% as people kind of cover their shorts and make money because the price weakened, but again remains higher than the average at 4.5%. So we'll watch Hertz. Expedia, we'll go on to next, is a company that prides itself on no hidden charges with us. We put it all on the table and we protect you from all of that hidden nonsense. But there is some short selling in Expedia. It's 5.7% of shares. And that might be more about to do with people booking less holidays in this sort of challenging economy and less to do with the fact that they don't charge too many hidden fees. I've got to mention budget airlines in this discussion because obviously it's crucial that they keep their costs down as far as possible, and they like to basically show everything as an extra, and they try and sell you insurance as much as possible when buying a plane ticket, as we all know. Short interest has been rising in Ryanair. It's pretty low at only 1%, but it has definitely risen quite aggressively recently. And finally, let's go on to just talk about Admiral Car Insurance, now a FTSE 100 company, I think. Their shares were rocked last week by the news that there's going to be some reform to the referral fees, whereby they essentially help their customers get in touch with solicitors after they've had an injury claim, or that's the sort of politest way of putting it. Contributed 6% to their pre-tax revenue. Short interest is around 4% in Admiral, and some famous hedge funds have announced short positions recently in Admiral, including Odey, Steadfast Capital, and Mac Capital One. So definitely some short interest in Admiral. Some people cleverly predicting what was going to happen there. So that's what I've got to say here. If you'd like to read the report, there's also a Bloomberg screen that explains some of the other companies in this sector, and it is in the usual place at dataexplorers.com/news.